So let's solve this problem. So given f of x, g of x, and h of x, so if f of x and g of x are to be added, so how many terms would the sum have? So if we add the f of x, 3x plus 1, then plus the g of x, so 4x minus 3. Then to simplify, so this 3x plus 4x, this is 7x, and positive 1, negative 3, this is negative 2. So the sum is 7x minus 2, so therefore, there are two terms if f of x and g of x are to be added. Then for this problem, so what is the leading coefficient if h of x times f of x? So h of x is x squared minus x plus 5, then times the f of x, that's 3x plus 1. Then to simplify, so x squared times 3x, this is 3x to the power 3. X squared times 1, this is positive x squared. Then negative x times 3, this is negative 3x squared. Negative x times 1, this is negative x. 5 times 3x, this is 15x. And 5 times 1, this is positive 5. Now take note that the leading coefficient is the coefficient of the highest exponent. So since the highest exponent is 3, so therefore, the leading coefficient is equal to positive 3. Then for this problem, so if you simplify the problem, what would be the resulting equation? So first, using the product property, because ln x times y, this is equal to ln x plus ln y. So we can write this logarithm as log with base 7, then times x plus 9 and x plus 3, then equals 1. Then to rewrite this in exponential form, so we have 7 to the power 1. This is equal to x plus 9 times x plus 3. Then to simplify, so the 7 to the power 1 is equal to 7. And using the FOIL method, so x times x, this is x squared. X times 3, this is positive 3x. This is 9 times x, positive 9x. And 9 times 3, this is positive 27. Then equate this to 0 and simplify. So we have x squared, 3x plus 9x. This is positive 12x. Then plus 27. Then transpose this positive 7. So this becomes negative 7, then equals 0. So the resulting equation is equal to x squared plus 12x, then plus 27 minus 7, so plus 20 equals 0. Then for this problem, so using the substitution method, so what value or values will satisfy this logarithmic equation? So from this resulting equation, so we have x squared plus 12x plus 20 equals 0. So using the quadratic factoring, and for the factors of x squared, this is x times x. And for the factors of 20, So 20 is 10 times 2 because 10 plus 2 that's equal to 12, and these are positive. Then to solve for x, equate these two factors to 0. So we have x plus 2 equals 0. Then to solve for x equals transpose. So that's negative 10. Then the other one, x equals transpose. That's negative 2. So the values are negative 10 and negative 2. Then for this problem, so what is the value of x? So to solve for x, first, we need to rewrite this given with the same base. So since 8 is equal to 2 to the power 3 and 4 is equal to 2 to the power 2, so this becomes 2 to the power 4x minus 1 then times 8 is 2 to the power 3 then equals 2 to the power 2 for 4 then times the given exponent x minus 2. So since we have now the same base, so we can bring down now these exponents. Then take note that if we have x to the power 3 times x to the power 2, so this is equal to x. Then we need to add these two exponents, so x to the power 5. So therefore, this becomes 4x minus 1 plus this exponent, because this one is multiplication, so plus 3, then equals you multiply, this one is 2x, you multiply, that's negative 4. Then to solve for x, so simplify, this one is 4x, this is positive 2 equals 2x minus 4. Then transpose this positive 2x. So this becomes 4x minus 2x equals transpose this positive 2. So we have negative 4 minus 2. Then this 4x minus 2x, this is equal to positive 2x equals negative 4 and negative 2. This is negative 6. Then divide both sides by positive 2. So therefore, x equals negative 3. Then for this given, so the XYZ High School had 1,600 students enrolled in 2012. So we have 1,600 students in 2012 and 2,500 students in 2017. So the students' population grows as a linear function. Since a linear function, so we're going to use the point slope formula. So we have the f of x equals the slope times x plus b, and b is the x-intercept, then where t is the number of years after 2012. So since the time after 2012, so therefore in 2013 the time is equal to 1 because the time is after 2012. So in 2016 the time is equal to 4. So to solve now for this problem, to find the number of students enrolled in 2020, because in 2020 the time is equal to 8. So we have 8 plus 2012, that's 2020. So we have now the population with respect to the number of time equals the slope times x plus 4b. B is the starting population, and that's 1,600. So first, we need to solve for the slope. So since the time after 2012, so therefore, in 2012, the time is equal to 0. So this is now our first coordinate. The time is 0, and the total population or the number of population is 1,600. Then for the second, in 2017, so the time is 5, because 5 plus 2012, that's 2017. So the time is 5, and the total population is 2,500. So we're going to use this one as our coordinates to solve for the slope. And this is x sub 1, y sub 1. This is x sub 2, y sub 2. So to solve now for the slope equals y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So we have y sub 2 is 2,500 minus y sub 1, 1,600, then divide by x sub 2 is 5 minus 0. Then this 2,500 minus 1,600. So this is equal to 900. Then 900 over 5. So therefore the slope is equal to 900 divided by 5. So the slope is equal to 180. So since the slope is positive, so therefore the population is increasing. If the slope is negative, the population is decreasing. So this time we can solve now the number of students enrolled in 2020. So since in 2020 the time is 8, so this becomes the population after 8 years equals the slope, that's 180 times the time. So this one is the time, and the time is 8, then plus 1,600. Then to simplify, so this 180 times 8, so this is equal to 1,440 plus 1,600. So therefore, the number of students enrolled in 2020 is 3,040. Then for this problem, so a ball is dropped from a height of 10 meters. It bounces of 3/5 of every preceding bounce height. So what is the ball's height in the fourth bounce? So again, the ball is dropped from at 10 meters. So this is the ball. So if you drop, then it bounces 3/5 of this height. So 3/5 of 10, this is equal to 6. Then another drop, then it bounces 3/5. So 3/5 of 6. So this is equal to 3.6. Then another bounce. So 3/5 of 3.6. So this is equal to 2.16. Then the last bounce. So we have 3/5 of 2.16. So this is equal to 1.296. So 1.296. So this is now the height of the ball after the fourth bounce. Then for is given, so what is the value of x that will make the rational function undefined? So take note that the rational functions becomes undefined if this denominator becomes 0. So we have x plus 9 equals 0. So therefore x equals transpose negative 9. Then for this problem, so given is a test that is normally distributed with a mean of 90 and the standard deviation of 15. So find the probability that a single score drawn at random will be greater than 108. So to solve for this problem, so what is score is one standard deviation below the mean. So in a normal curve, take note that in a normal curve, the mean is the center of the curve. Since the given mean is 90, so this one is 90, then this side is positive and this side is negative. So since the standard deviation is 15, so therefore for this side plus 15, so 90 plus 15, this is 105. 105 plus 15, this is 120. Then on this side, minus 15. So 90 minus 15, this one is 75. Minus 15, this one is 60. So therefore, to answer this problem, so what score is one standard deviation below the mean? So therefore, the score is 75. And for this problem, so what score one standard deviation above the mean? So one standard deviation above the mean is 105. Then for this problem, so consider tossing two coins. So list down the elements of the sample space. Since tossing two coins, so these are the possible outcomes or these are the sample space. So we can have two heads, one head and one tail and one head, or two tails. So to answer now this problem, so what is the probability that both coins will land heads? So these are the two heads, so therefore the probability is 1 out of 4 samples, so that's 1 over 4. Then what is the average number that the head will land? So since the number of heads, so possible there is no head, possible we have one head, and possible two heads, and the probability for the number of heads. So if there is no head, so therefore all tails, so the probability is 1 out of 4. So this is 1 over 4. Then one head, so we have 1, 2. So 2, one head, so this is 2 out of 4. So this is 2 over 4, and two heads, that's 1 over 4. Then to find the mean or the average, so multiply this 0 times 1/4, this one is 0. 1 times 2 over 4, this one is 2 over 4. And 2 times 1/4, this one is also 2 over 4. Then you add these numbers. So since the denominator is equal, so copy. And 2 plus 2, this is 4. So therefore, the average is equal to 1. Then for this given, so there are 3 balls in the bag, number 2, 5, and 9. So these are the 3 balls, 2, 5, and 9, then what is the probability distribution of the random variable x? So what is the probability that you select the number 2? So the probability is 1 out of 3. If you select number 5, the probability is also 1 out of 3. If you select number 9, the probability is 1 out of 3. So this is now the probability distribution. Then to find the mean of the random variable x, so we have 2, 5, and 9. Then the probability is 1 over 3, 1 over 3, and 1 over 3. Find the mean, so you multiply 2 times 1/3. This is equal to 2 over 3. 5 times 1/3. This is equal to 5 over 3. And 9 times 1/3. This is equal to 9 over 3. Then you add to find the mean. So copy the denominator. Then add the numerators. So we have 2 plus 5. This one is 7. Plus 9. This one is 16. So the mean is 16 over 3.